Welcome to Love English Lab, where English becomes part of your everyday life. Each episode is designed to help you understand real conversations, improve your vocabulary, and build confidence step by step. Find a quiet space, relax, and let's enjoy learning together.
My first day at work. Hello, I'm Emma, and I want to tell you the full story of my first day at a new job. I just graduated from university with a degree in marketing. I was happy, proud, and full of dreams. For many weeks, I applied to different jobs. I sent my CV, wrote many cover letters, and had lots of interviews. Some interviews were short, others were long and made me very nervous. Sometimes I felt confident, other times I felt unsure, but I kept trying. I didn't give up. Then one day, I got a call. A woman named Linda from a marketing company said, "Hi, Emma, we'd like to offer you the position. Welcome to the team." I smiled so wide that my cheeks hurt. "Thank you so much," I said. I couldn't believe it. That night, I was too excited to sleep. I walked around my room, checking my clothes, preparing my bag, and writing notes in a little notebook. I planned everything. I even tested my alarm clock 5 times to be sure it worked. I asked myself many questions. What should I wear? What will my coworkers be like? What if I say something silly? What if I get lost? What if they don't like me? At 5:30 a.m., I got out of bed. I took a shower, dressed carefully, and looked at myself in the mirror. I wore a light blue blouse, black pants, and comfortable shoes. I smiled and told myself, "You're ready. You can do this." I left home early. I took the train and arrived near the office at 7:40 a.m. The street was quiet. I bought a small coffee from a cafe nearby and waited outside the office. At 8:55, I walked through the glass doors. The building was modern and clean. The walls were white, the floor was shiny, and there was a soft smell of flowers in the air. A kind receptionist said, "Good morning. You must be Emma. Linda is expecting you." She gave me a visitor badge and showed me where to wait. Soon Linda arrived. She had short brown hair and wore a green dress. She smiled warmly and said, "Hi, Emma. Welcome. We're so happy to have you." Her voice was calm and friendly. I felt a little more relaxed. She gave me a tour of the office. There was a kitchen with a coffee machine and snacks, a small lounge with books and plants, and several meeting rooms with glass walls and big screens. We passed by a few people who smiled and waved at me. That felt nice. We reached my desk. It was near a window. There was a computer, a notebook, a pen, and a welcome card. The card said, "Welcome, Emma. We're glad you're here." That small message made me feel important. Linda introduced me to my team: Sam, Maria, Kevin, and Julia. Each of them said hello and asked where I was from. I told them I grew up in a small town outside the city. "You'll like it here," Sam said. "It's a good team." At 9:30 a.m., I started reading my first email. It was a list of tasks for the week. My first task was to write a short post for a client's Instagram. It sounded simple, but I felt nervous. I opened a new document and wrote something quickly. Then I erased it. Then I wrote another version. Then I erased that too. My hands were sweating. I didn't want to look unprofessional. I thought, is this funny enough? Is it too boring? What if I use the wrong tone? Finally, I picked the version I liked most and sent it to Linda. 10 minutes later, she replied, "Great first try, Emma. Just change the last line to something more energetic. Let's meet later to talk more." That message made me feel proud. I made a small change and sent it back. Linda wrote back, "Perfect. I'll post it at noon." After that, I took a deep breath and smiled. Maybe I really can do this. At 11 o'clock, I joined my first team meeting. We sat around a big table. Everyone had laptops. People spoke quickly and used many marketing terms I had never heard: SEO, conversion rate, content funnel, bounce rate. I listened carefully and wrote down everything I could. I was afraid to speak, so I just nodded and smiled. I told myself, it's okay to listen now. You will understand more with time. When the meeting ended, Julia came to me and said, "Don't worry, I didn't understand anything my first week either." We laughed, and I felt better. At lunchtime, I went to the kitchen alone. I took out my sandwich and sat near the window. Then Sam walked in. Mind if I join you? He asked. Of course not, I said. We talked about our favorite foods. He told me about a great Thai restaurant nearby. He said, we usually go out for lunch on Fridays. You should come with us this week. That made me feel included. In the afternoon, I worked on a presentation with Maria. She showed me how to use the company's style guide. I asked lots of questions. She was patient and helpful. You learn fast, she said. That was encouraging. We finished the presentation together. Then she said, let's grab some tea. We went to the kitchen and made tea. She told me about her first day 2 years ago. She said, I was so nervous I spilled coffee on my boss's shoes. We both laughed. At 4:30 p.m., I organized my desk, checked tomorrow's schedule, and looked at the clock. The day went fast. I was tired, but it was the good kind of tired, the kind you feel after doing something new and exciting. Before I left, Linda came to say goodbye. You did a great job today, she said. See you tomorrow. As I walked to the train station, I thought about everything I had seen and done. I remembered the faces, the voices, the tasks, the tea, the laughs. I smiled to myself. My first day at work wasn't perfect. I was nervous. I made some small mistakes. I didn't understand everything. But I showed up. I asked questions. I listened. I tried. And that's what mattered most. Now, weeks later, I feel more confident. I understand the meetings better. I write faster. I laugh more. I even help new interns when they arrive. Everyone feels nervous on their first day. But if you're kind, curious, and open to learning, you'll grow. That's what I learned. So, if you have your first day soon, remember this. Breathe deeply, smile often, and be proud of yourself. You're doing better than you think.
Thanks for joining us at Love English Lab. Keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, every word you learn brings you closer to fluency. See you in the next episode.